The talk continues right here on the Morning Scramble. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, as I say every morning, so you're going to have to hear it all week. Thank you for being our audience. Jim Adams is my co-host today. He is the gentleman who plays that great music that you hear most every morning on the Morning Scramble. Welcome, Jim. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
As co-host. We're in the kitchen. This is a new... I haven't been in the kitchen. Hosted in the kitchen.
Well, I did a bartending segment a while back, which was... it was challenging because I don't know how to operate that. But yeah, this is the first time on this side of the counter.
We have David McAtee here, and he is with the Yavapai County Community Health Services. We're going to talk about healthy cooking, living, and eating. Are we not, David?
Yes, we are.
Okay, and it is all about, we were talking before we went on the air, that in today's world we have so little control over so many things in our life.
Right.
It just seems to roll on its own. But we do have control over how and what we eat, don't we?
We do. And I think the real trick is motivating yourself to eat the right food, but beyond that, knowing what to eat is really critical. And so one of the things that our WIC program does is it helps new moms in this critical area where they're trying to learn how to feed their children, their babies, and we basically give them a little bit of education, give them a little financial support. When they come in, we're checking the baby's blood to make sure that they are getting the right things. It's just a great program, and one of the things that I did is I sat down with them and I said, okay guys, what can we do for you? Valentine's Day is coming up. What would you like your husband to do? And they said, well, we'd love for them to prepare a meal.
The list is too long for that.
Yes, it is. It is.
But we're talking WIC, but this is not just for WIC, obviously.
No, it's not. Anybody that wants to eat healthy can. This food is actually just all on the WIC food list, encouraged by moms to to give to their kids.
And I was looking earlier. Can you reach that? This is a cookbook put out by and for WIC.
Yes.
Yes, it's a great little cookbook. I was perusing it before we went on the
Spanish.
air.
Yep, great stuff in there.
Yeah, and it's got some really nifty little recipes in there. If you'd like it, can you go to the
website? Yeah, you can contact us through yavapaihealth.com and get in touch with one of our WIC providers, and we'll set you up.
Jim, David is making one of my favorites. Tom does this all the time. Yeah, 24 hours a day he does this stuff. Grills pineapple, and I love it.
And it's so simple. I made this last night for my wife, and she absolutely loved it, said you've got to do this on the show. So it's so simple. You just cut a pineapple, and really the green pineapples aren't quite ripe yet, so you want to look for the golden ones.
The golden one. I've heard, the golden ones are the ones to choose. I've heard that. Yes,
absolutely.
Those are the best ones.
Cut them into about an inch slice. Just cut off the top, cut off the bottom, cut them into inch slices, throw them on the grill, a couple minutes both sides. That's done. Then you take about a cup of yogurt, just vanilla yogurt. You can try a low-fat yogurt, and about a tablespoon of honey, and just a little bit of honey.
I anticipate this is going to be beyond good, because when you grill the pineapple, the sweetness comes 1,000-fold of the pineapple.
Exactly.
Now we're doing this. This is just going to be yummy.
And it just melds it all together. A little bit of lime just to give it a little bit of a kick.
Now, of course, you did that. Did you do that on your grill?
I did.
Stovetop?
I grilled it last night on my barbecue, and then I just brought it home, or brought it here this morning, and I'm just heating it up a little bit.
But you could stovetop grill.
You could, absolutely. You could pan fry it if you wanted to. Just warm it up. Basically, you're caramelizing that.
Yes, I have.
So what I'm going to do is you can actually cut these. Okay. And the way it's kind of fun just to kind of cut them into triangles, cut off the centerpiece like that, and it becomes a perfect little...
Phoenix feedback, Arnold. Oh, yeah.
It's just, perfect little hand thing. If you don't like to touch your food, you can do the little skewers over here, but it's so simple. You just dip
now
them.
We're ready to dip?
Yep. Go ahead and grab a piece and dip it in.
I was waiting for more of a ceremony.
No, that's it. That's as simple as it gets.
Okay. I'm first.
And while you guys are working on that, I'm going to work on this second piece, which is a crab cake but made with tuna fish. And WIC really promotes tuna fish for moms that are breastfeeding solely, and if you're having issues breastfeeding, the WIC staff can help you with that. But if you're breastfeeding,
I'm gonna eat.
Help yourself.
Keep
absolutely. But this is another very simple thing. Get your kids involved if you want.
It's so good.
About 12 ounces of tuna fish, and this is about 4 servings. You want to get it pretty dry. So about 12 ounces, or one of the big cans of tuna fish, or 2 of the small ones.
So you drain it good.
You drain it real well. About 3/4 of a cup of celery chopped to about 1/8 inch pieces. Just throw it in there. About a cup and a half of shredded carrots, and really you want to use fresh carrots.
Looks like tuna salad to me.
Yeah, as well. It's starting out that way. And then you throw in a couple of eggs, and this just kind of helps it all meld together.
Oh, wow.
Get the shell.
Half an eggshell? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Get the eggshell in there. That's the.
I always manage
Jim's
little
good
calcium.
at
I throw an eggshell in everything I make.
That's right. So then it's just a matter of mixing it up. And
This is going to be a one-dish wonder, huh?
yes, and this is where you get your kids involved, because you're going to have to make like hamburger patties out of this, and you're going to get your hands a little bit dirty.
Okay.
If it's too wet, if you just think this is not going to hold together, you take a few of these, and these are just corn chip or corn flakes, like you would, not frosted corn flakes, not sugared ones.
Read the label. Read
That's
the
right,
label.
not frosted flakes. Put them in a plastic bag, crush them up, get them all nice and small, and then you can just spread them on. If you think this is too wet, you can put a little bit of that in there as well.
Okay.
It just kind of helps it all.
Gives a little crunch as well.
Right, exactly. And then you're going to make these into patties, and this is where you get your kids involved, because you don't want to do this yourself. But you're going to make little balls.
Make the kids do this.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, this would really be unhealthy, but you could put potato chip crumbles there, couldn't you?
You could almost do anything.
I mean, but that's
you could use
not very healthy.
bread, or you know, we've even heard people use Chex Mix. And
Okay, and we're spraying our pan.
You're going to spray a pan real quick, just really light and easy. And once you get this all coated so that you're not completely grossed out by it.
I have a question, David. I don't know if you mentioned it before. The tuna fish. Do you prefer in the fresh water or in the oil?
In the water.
In the water.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to clarify that.
Now, is this white albacore?
It is.
Boy, we're drilling.
Yeah, absolutely. The better the fish, the better this is going to taste. So you get 4 of them made up, and I'm not going to do it because it's really messy. But if you're a smaller family and you're only going to have 2, like my wife and I are the only ones that eat it, because my 7-year-old daughter is not that interested in it.
Okay.
But you can make tuna melts afterwards.
Are they in there?
They are. So
Okay,
you pop
good.
them in the oven for about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. Sorry, Jim, there's only 1 fork in there. Oh, you have
He's got one already.
Okay, what can I say?
So you're like the Wile E.
Okay.
Coyote.
So about 15, 20 minutes, and they come out, and they're going to fall apart a little bit. So
But
I'm
that's
going to
quite
get
all right.
it onto your plate.
Okay.
There you go. And we put them both. Yeah, you can have it. And so like I said, if you only need 2 of them, melt a piece of cheese on it, make a tuna melt, and make an open face
You know what
sandwich.
this reminds me of? A little bit like a tuna casserole, somewhat. It
yes.
has that same feel to it.
You can also add some tartar sauce if you really want, if it's a little bit too dry. But we try to keep this really moist, which is a little bit why they're falling apart. The one thing I didn't add was salt, but you can add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to the whole thing.
I don't think it needs it. I
Depends
agree
on the
with you,
tuna
Jim.
fish, yeah. It's a little, you don't really want to taste it with the raw fish, but
Right.
David, thank you so much.
absolutely.
Thank you, David.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.